identity theft. And there is also a transnational component to it. As you are aware, we have found US currencies. We have also found people from other nationalities that have actually obtained our driver's license and TRN numbers.
I noticed that you have quite a number of IDs relating to schools, for schools. What do you think is the reason for this?
There might be legitimate business being carried on by the particular individual, but he has actually contaminated it by getting involved in illegal activities as well. And what is notable, we have had an incident where somebody presented an ID just today to access a particular school, and that ID turned out to be a forged ID. And you know what happened, a teacher was assaulted as a result because that person used the ID to gain access to the particular institution. So we don't know if there was a link, but we also will be focusing on that investigation as well.
Do you have any idea as to how much money a business like this would carry in?
Well, it will millions of dollars, millions. I mean, you're going to use credit card to defraud institutions, defraud individuals. It's $1 million criminal activity.
Any arrests? Or
yes, we have.
More arrests?
We have 3 persons in custody at this time in relation to this matter, and at this time I'm appealing to 2 persons to report to the Organized Crime Investigation Division. Damian Anthony Tomlinson, we are asking him to report to the Organized Crime Investigation with his lawyer, as well as Mark Anthony Gale. We are asking them to report to organized crime by Wednesday with their lawyers, because they are persons of interest in relation to this investigation that we are doing.
2 arrests that you made, are they males or female gender? Young, old, can you give us a profile?
It's a mixture, male and female. We don't want to get into too much detail in respect of those arrests.
Okay. Thank you.
Your colleague explained earlier a possible collusion between gas pump attendants and persons involved in this kind of business. Can you elaborate a bit more?
I don't want to narrow it to pump or gas station. The fact is that debit and credit card fraud is being perpetrated in almost every institution that deals with financial transaction. Business places, gas stations, supermarkets, wherever. It's a problem that we face. They also defraud the banks by actually tampering with their infrastructure, their machines, and use that as a means to defraud them of their money. So I'm not going to tie it specifically to petrol station.
Have there been arrests of any such individuals, whether they work at supermarkets?
Yes, we have made several arrests. We have made several arrests.
In connection with this seizure?
No, not necessarily this seizure, but in relation to this pattern of crimes.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, since we established what we call Operation Safeguard, this is a task force, 2010, 2011, the bank was losing significant amount of money. We have it on record where one of the major banks in Jamaica indicated that they were losing up to $50 million per quarter. And since we have launched this operation, we have seen a significant reduction in the loss to these institutions. It should be noted also that among the offenses that we are investigating in relation to this particular case is also money laundering, proceeds of crime, offenses against the proceeds of crime.
Okay, thank you very much.
In terms of sanctions, is there a need for tougher legislation?
I think the Cybercrime Act legislation provide relatively, average sanction for offenders. If the courts impose the sanction as prescribed by law, I think we can work with that. I mean, there are other areas in terms of amendment to the legislation to capture other offenses, but I think we can work with especially the cybercrime legislation in terms of the penalty and the fine that is imposed. And we can support the cybercrime legislation by using the Proceeds of Crime Act to seize assets, and the money laundering. The Proceeds of Crime also provides significant sanction for money laundering offenses.
This is a template of a driver's license that was found at the location in the various stages of being manufactured. These are the paper being used, and we also found pieces of driver's license and credit cards that were left over from the manufacturing. We also found Transport Authority identification cards, various cards from different institutions, mostly schools, various other business places. These are the pieces that were found. As you'll notice, these are credit cards. You notice little Visa, and these are the strips from the driver's license. So these were already made and have gone over. We also found an order for a driver's license. This was not made, but we found the passport size picture and the details of the driver's license. This was for an articulated driver's license. It's a license to drive 18-wheelers with PPV, also to drive buses. So you see a lot of drivers out there with licenses. Now we know where they originate from. Luckily, this one was not made. We also found some counterfeit US dollars. CB was in the business of manufacturing counterfeit US dollars, and of reasonably good quality, because one of the tests that we use for United States was to look at the image in the background, a watermark image of, this is Mr. Franklin, and this note contains that image in the background. So this would pass at least one of the security checks. We also found TRN fraudulently made. We also found Canadian citizenship cards and other United States documents. We have not yet ascertained the authenticity of them, so we don't want to show them on camera yet. But they are being used for one of two purposes. Either they have been fraudulently made, or they are being used as templates to make fraudulent immigration documents. This is a photo cropper. This is used to cut the passport size photographs to the size that is needed for the driver's license or for whatever identification card that is being made. And this right here is a laminator. This is what is used to laminate the cards. After they are made, this is used to put the plastic, the transparent plastic on them. And this is one of the ways that we can use to identify the fraudulent driver's license. If you look at a good driver's license, you will find that it is made out of a certain type of plastic vinyl where there is no laminate on it. The fraudulent driver's license will have some sort of plastic which comes out of this roll that goes over it. So the fraudulent driver's license will have a shiny finish to it. And if you compare it with a legitimate driver's license, you will see the stark difference in it. But having it alone, with nothing to compare, it is a very good replica of the real thing. And of course, with the credit cards, you know, they are platinum cards. So a platinum card usually platinum in background. This is a template that will be used for a platinum credit cards. And this is a stock of them that we found at the location. We also found on this is a card for a gaming lounge. But this is not a gaming lounge card anymore. As you see on the back of it, some 4 digits are written on them. What has been done with this card, the magnetic strip has been used to carry a debit card that has already been skimmed. So this will be used in an ATM to withdraw funds. So this is the pin on the back of the card. This is a pinhole camera that is used to affix to ATM machines in order to capture customers' pins when you're using the ATM machine. This is usually attached to a 9-volt battery. Now this is an antenna here which transmits the information to what is called a personal video recorder. So this video recorder is usually placed close to the machine. Usually the fraudsters will be sitting in a car with this video recorder hooked up to a power source. Now this will record all the PIN being entered by customers using the ATM. Now when the customer enters the ATM, they swipe the ATM to enter. Now this swipe guard has been modified internally. A card has been put inside that actually captures the card information when you swipe. It actually works two ways. It opens the door and it also captures the information. After that is done, the information is put on a card.
On these cards?
Yes. So any card that has a magnetic strip on it, this is a card for a White Witch, a restaurant or something, but it has a magnetic strip on the back of it. So this magnetic strip is used as a carrier for the information. So a laptop and a card writer are used to put the information on this. Now, all they need to do now is to go into an ATM and withdraw funds from customers' accounts.